everybody. I just wanted to go over what is a function, what is not a function. This may help you with your assignment in IXL, where you're going to be looking at tables and graphs. So we've been determining based on rules, what is a function, what is not a function. And I always say it's not a mystery. We do not like mysteries in math. So think about it like your keyboard on your computer, right? A function is when you hit the button Y and a Y types up on your screen. Not a function is when I don't know what's going to happen when I hit a key on my computer. If I hit the G button, I don't want it to be a mystery of either a G is going to appear or a W is going to appear. All right. So a function is always when our input, hitting one of the buttons on our computer, has one designated output, such as, again, the Y button has the Y output. And not function is when I have that one input, I hit the button on my computer. It's a mystery. I have more than one options for the output. So again, if I hit the G button, I could get a G or a W. All right. We also talked about pizza in the toaster oven. So to be a function or not to be a function, let me show you some examples. All right, so we have two tables up on the board that everyone should be able to see. And so what I want to make sure you're available to understand is we're looking at the numbers. Every input, every X has to have one wire output. It can't be a mystery or more than one options. All right, so the one on the left is considered a function because I look at all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, my inputs, they all have a different output. There is no repeats in terms of any X's being inputs having a different output. The second one on the right is not a function, and here's why. Because when you're looking, let me make sure I can have my colors for y'all. If it'll work. All right, here is my problem. It's not letting me write on top. Sorry, guys, technology. Let's try it now. Okay, here, one has an output of 2, one has an output of 5. It's a mystery, right? I don't know what's going to happen. If I put one into the function, into the rule machine, I don't know what's going to come out, right? I don't know if a 2 or a 5, so that's not a function because the input of 1 has more than one option for outputs. Go to the next one. So we have, again, a function, not a function. The one on the left is a function. The one on the right is not a function. The one on the left is a function because I look and all my X values are different. Okay. Even if the same one was repeated, let me show you an example. On here, I could still have -3 listed again in my table, but as long as it had that 6 output, I'm still at a function because every input has one output. So even though the -3 appears more than once in my inputs and my X values, it has the same output, so I'm okay. The table on the right is not a function because here's why. Every input, right, now it's a mystery. I don't know what the output's going to be. The input of -2 could be an output of 6 or an output of 20. All right, so tables are pretty easy to observe. You can also have them in the format of sets of ordered pairs. This is a set. Each set, right, is considered a relation. I just want to know if that relation is a function or not a function. So again, the one on the left is a function because every X value has one Y value. Remember, this is X and this is Y. They're all different. On the right, this is not a function because when I look at every X right here, my input of 4 has an output of 12 or 15. It's a mystery. And here's my second set that also causes it to fail that function test. Input of X has a 5, has an output of 18 or 21. Okay, so moving quickly on, right? I can look at them in these. These are called maps. We've not done this yet, but this is a good way to look at a set of information as well in terms of a relation, right? The one on the left is a function because every X value, everything in the left oval has its own output, right? The one on the right fails because if you notice the 5 has an output of 4 or 5 has an output of 7. I can see that because there's an arrow coming from 5 to 4 or 5 can output a 7. No good. Right? So again, the one on the left is a function because every X value, the numbers on the left have an arrow to just one Y value or output. The one on the right fails because right here, this number 1 has an output of 0 or has an output of 15. That is no good. We don't like that because again, it's a mystery what the output's going to be. And the last thing I need to show you is some graphs. All right. And the graphs, this is kind of cool. It's called the vertical line test. Vertical meaning going straight up and down, right? Everywhere I can draw a line, it crosses only once. It never crosses my graph more than once, right? That means that for every x value, there's one output of a y value. The one on the right fails because, for example, right here, if I have a x value of 3, I have an output 3, 5, or I can have 3, -5. That is no good, right? Because that mystery, again, if I input a 3 into the function, into the rule machine, I get an output of 5 or -5. Again, it's a mystery. I don't know what's going to happen, so it fails the test. It's also called the vertical line test. So let's look at the last set right now. The one on the left is a function because no matter where I draw a vertical line, I only ever cross my graph one time, which means for that x value, there's only one y value that pairs with it. There's always a set output, never a mystery. My circle is always a mystery, right? Because if I draw a vertical line here at 3 again, I have an output of -4. Or if I plug in x is 3, I have an output of +4 something, right? So it's a mystery, input, output. So this is called the vertical line test because we're going to draw a line up and down. If it crosses my graph more than once, then it fails that test. It's not a function. Okay, so real quick recap. Function, not a function. Function, every x, every input has one output. Not a function, that x value, that input has more than one output. It's a mystery what the output's going to be, right? We don't like that. Now you're going to go do your IXLs, Z1 and Z2. Make sure you record them on your assignment log. Have a great day, guys.